So today we're going to give you a demonstration of how to clean this stressless chair. So we've taped up half the chair because we're going to show you the difference between the dirty side and what is going to be the clean side. And then we're going to clean this section here but leave this dirty, or we may just leave, clean this and leave this dirty so you can see as well. So it's going to be slightly different. But we're going to clean the whole back and the base on the one half and show you the differences of how LRC1 leather cleaner works on cleaning this stressless leather chair. So we use a bamboo cloth because obviously they're completely natural and biodegradable, and we're obviously an ISO 14001 certificated company, so we have to sort of watch our carbon footprint, care for our planet. That's why we use the bamboo cloths, because they're far better for the leather. Microfibers are obviously made from thermoplastic, so they're very damaging for the environment, which is, I know they're a great cloth, but they are very damaging for the environment. Same with things like scrubber pads. Again, they're all made of microfibers and thermoplastics, and again, they're very, very damaging for the environment and very damaging for the leather. A brush is completely natural and with natural fibers, and it gets deep into the grain, unlike sort of scrubber pads which won't get into the grain, whereas the brushes will get deep in there. So we're just going to simply spray the cleaner onto the surface like so. You can leave this to dwell if you wanted to, like this, for a few minutes, so it sort of dwells into the dirt. And what you can do to agitate it slightly is just very, very gently just move that around in a circular motion, just so that's sort of getting into the dirt that's on the leather, and that'll then start to eat and break down that dirt. So I'm not putting any pressure on here, as you can clearly see. If I was to be cleaning, I'd be literally scrubbing. So you can sort of see the difference there, where it's sort of got that clean patch. So all I'm doing is just simply moving this around the cleaning solution, just moving it around the surface, getting it so it's nicely foamed up, as you can clearly see. And it's just nicely foaming as we're going round, and the purpose of that is just to agitate the dirt. That'll just help, and that then avoids unnecessary scrubbing with the brush, and that'll sort of clean. I can already see a difference between the two already, to be fair. So we're going to spray some on the base, because that is the worst part of all. It's got all sorts of gene dye and transfer and staining on here. So we're just going to very, very gently massage this into the dirt and grime, so it starts to break down any dirt, grease and grime that's left on the surface. And then we're going to obviously wipe that away, and then we're going to hit it again with more LRC1 leather cleaner and give it more of a scrub. I'm going to leave the arm, as I say, because we can do that separately. You can see it foams up very, very nicely. The more we're sort of working into this, you can see how this is really foaming up. It's a fantastic cleaner. As you can see, the foam on the brush is absolutely brilliant. The great foaming action is going to help encapsulate all the dirt so that it can lift that away from the surface as well. So let's just give that a wipe over, and you'll be able to sort of see, hopefully, you can sort of see the dirt on the cloth already, what's coming off. And that's not even really giving it a deep clean yet, and you can sort of see it's quite grubby, really, is that. And just wipe it over on the surface. And that's already looking quite remarkably clean, to be fair, and you can sort of see the dirt on there. It's quite staggering, really. So next stage is going to be giving that a real good deep clean. Obviously, once you've deep cleaned anything, you are going to need to protect, which you can do with LRC4 leather protection cream. Everybody sort of believes this myth that modern leather shouldn't be protected. You can't feed it, etc., etc. Modern leather does need to be protected more so than probably a lot of older leathers. Purely and simply because the surface coating on the leather is so thin. You're talking like a 0.5 coating of lacquer on the surface here, which is ultra thin. So you've got to make sure that is protected and preserved with a protection cream or a leather protection spray. I wouldn't advise a ceramic, because they can obviously seal the leather completely and actually cause them to dry out, creating further problems. So this time we're going to go a little bit harder with the brush to scrub that up, to get that deep into the grain. To remove as much dirt as we possibly can. And you can see that's a really nice foaming action that it's creating on there as well. It's a fantastic product, and it's certainly making a huge difference on the surface. Not one of those products that, where the foam lasts for a couple of seconds and disappears. It's, it lasts for quite some time, and you can froth that foam the more you keep brushing it in, so it's absolutely brilliant. We'll just leave that on there for a second. Spray some more leather cleaner on the bottom here, and you can see the difference there just before we sprayed that on, how this was looking matte compared to the shiny side that you can see here. It's all very shiny. So again, give it a bit of a scrub. We've left the tape on there so that you can sort of see the differences between the two sides of clean and dirty. Obviously, you know, these chairs can be taken apart, but obviously you've got to have the tools to do that. You do need star keys to enable you to do that, to take them apart, to take arms off and backs off and things. You've got to have the right, you know, torque tools or star keys to do that. I think it's a number 30 on the sides for the arms and things. And there's a couple in the back as well. But you can sort of take them apart to clean, so you can get underneath into all these gaps properly and do it that way. That's what we would do, you know, if we were going to be doing that for a client. This is just purely simply a demo for you guys at home, because most people will be doing this at home, so you've got to understand how you're going to be doing that. A little bit more on the back, and then we're going to wipe all the dirt away and take the tape off and reveal. See what it looks like. It certainly looks a big difference. So we use the bamboo fibre cloth again to wipe everything away. Very good cloth because they're antimicrobial as well, so it obviously cleans the surfaces very, very great, you know, nicely, and produces like a nice, great sort of finish on the surface for you, you know, when you're wiping over all the dirt and grime and soaking up all those fluids. You can see a huge difference there. I mean, that's quite amazing. The thing that you'll notice the most is going to be the sheen level. Obviously, you know, shiny leather is predominantly renowned to be dirty leather. Obviously, unless you've got a gloss finish, and then that sort of side of it obviously isn't correct. So I mean, if you've got a gloss, you know, gloss surface, like maybe like a bonded or a die-cast, they can come with a glossy finish. Obviously, you're not going to be able to tell whether it's dirty or not, other than by trying to clean it. So give it a real good, nice dry over. And as you can see, that is quite a matte finish compared to this left-hand side. So let's just take the tape off and have a look to see what sort of a difference it's made there on the surface. You can clearly see there it's certainly done its work as LRC1 leather cleaner. It is an award-winning leather cleaner, and it is one of the best in the industry. You can buy that directly from our website. It is suitable for all types of leathers other than suede, nubuck and aniline. It also works on all sorts of faux materials as well. Obviously, with your faux materials and your sort of vegan leathers, you just have to be careful how you clean, because the surface is a lot more delicate. And just remember that faux materials and vegan leathers are not eco-friendly at all. They are made again from plastics, crude oil, so they are very, very damaging for our environment, whereas leather is a completely natural material. It is a byproduct of the food industry. It is a completely natural material. It is a beautiful natural material that can be repaired, whereas vegan materials can't be repaired. Then they're going to take over 1,000 years to degrade, if they do degrade even within 1,000 years, whereas leather can degrade, you know, within hundreds of years. So I mean, it's a far better and it's a far safer material than a vegan material. But as I say, with your vegan leathers, just be careful with cleaning them. No matter what the cleaner is, just be careful, because the surfaces are very, very delicate, because they're not like a leather surface at all. You can hop on over to the website and buy that, leatherrepaircompany.com, search for LRC1 leather cleaner. Thank you very much.